This would be crazy for the Boston Celtics. Isaiah Thomas on Twitter teases possibly joining the Celtics as their 15th man. Could the fan favorite be back in green? We also dive into Jaylen Brown getting praised by Jalen Brunson for participating in the dunk contest, and is Jrue Holiday heating up at the right moment for this Celtics squad? All of that and more on this episode of Celtics Digest. I'm Bruce Veliz. Before we dive in on this Boston Celtics content, 78% of you guys are not subscribed, and we appreciate the thousands of you guys that check out our videos every single day. But if you're one of those thousands of people who aren't yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button, join the family, as you definitely will not regret staying up to date on daily Celtics content like this video right here. Without further ado, let's dive into this video as it's going to be a jam-packed one. We've got three important topics to discuss today, and the first one we're going to be diving in and looking at is Jalen Brunson praising Jaylen Brown. Now, the Celtics do take on the Knicks tonight, so there will be, some butting heads between the two Jaylens, but Jalen Brunson had some nice words to say about Jaylen Brown participating in the dunk contest. This tweet is from Noah Dalzell, who does an excellent job covering the Boston Celtics, and she got a snippet from the newly podcast filmed by Jalen Brunson and by Josh Hart. In this podcast, they discussed the All-Star Weekend. She got a little snippet here talking about Jalen Brunson praising Jaylen Brown for his willingness to participate in the dunk contest, saying that it takes a lot of nuts to go out there and do that. I respect him. He don't care what you think. He's comfortable with what he does. And I totally agree with Jalen Brunson here. Jaylen Brown has been known throughout the NBA to be comfortable in his own shoes and not give a crap about what these fans think. The Celtics fans have always bashed him and given them that kind of hate, and he's always just rubbed it off his shoulders and just taken it on the chest of heart like a nice young grown man, and he also embodies great Celtic culture while doing that. Jaylen Brown also, when participating in this dunk contest, wanted to, be an all-star figure for the contest, but also wanted to honor his dunks right. He did the D Brown dunk, which was really, very fascinating. Even though it didn't work that great, he wanted to show tribute to D Brown, and we did see in his failed dunk attempts that he did pull it off successfully, jumping over Kai Cenat. We also saw his tribute to Dominique Wilkins, as he won the dunk contest last time it was in Indiana in 85-86. We also saw his tribute to Terrence Clark and his tribute to Michael Jackson, which I think were very, very cool dunks and very symbolistic of who he is and the type of person he is. That's why, my personal opinion, when Jaylen Brown didn't put out the best dunks, it was totally okay because he used symbolism to project that. And Jaylen Brown, when asked again, we brought this up on our community page. If you guys want to check out the community page, hit that subscribe button. But Jaylen Brown said he's willing to do the dunk contest again, saying if they ask me and nobody else cares to do it, F it, I'll do it again. And this was to Jared Weiss, reporting for the Celtics as well. So Jaylen Brown could be balling back into this dunk contest, and Jalen Brunson is giving him the praise for doing what he wanted to do and showing his symbolism. Even though Jaylen Brown didn't have the most successful dunks, I still think it was great for him to do that to show the league that he cares. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What did you guys think about this praise, and what did you guys think about Jaylen Brown's dunk contest? The next part that we're going to be diving in is Jrue Holiday heating up at the right time. And Jrue Holiday, I ain't going to lie to you guys, when he came to this Boston Celtics team, I thought it was a little too much, and I thought we went a little too stacked. I kind of wish that we had Robert Williams when that trade happened. I really liked Malcolm Brogdon, but after seeing this team play for half the season, I have done a full 180 on this squad. I've praised Kristaps Porzingis, I've hyped him up a lot, and now this is my time to talk about the guy, Jrue Holiday. Now, Holiday has been very, very exceptional on the defensive side of the floor for the Boston Celtics. On the offensive side of the floor, though, he had some bright spots, but a lot of Celtics fans look at the box scores and see, 4 for 12 from the field and maybe 0 for 2 from 3, and they're just question marks or head rattles. But Jrue Holiday excels for the Boston Celtics in one category, and this is it. We want to look at NBA University. They let out a tweet this morning looking at the highest corner 3-point percent shooters, and Jrue Holiday is sitting at the top at a 63.3%, hitting at least 60 of corner three-pointers. Now, Jrue Holiday, that is a fantastic stat to see and truly embodies his game from the three-point range. We've seen him take shots from the elbow, seen him take threes from the top of the key. They have a highly likely chance of going in, but if you see Jrue Holiday in that corner wide open and he takes that three, man, do you know that is going to be a cash shot? And as a Celtics fan, that makes me feel ecstatic. Also, Jrue Holiday, ever since he had that big game versus the Toronto Raptors, I believe last month in either January or late December, he has balled out for this Celtics squad, really tuning up on this offensive side of the ball and being what the Celtics need. Jrue Holiday also is the fourth or fifth best player on our offensive side of the ball, so he doesn't have to be that all-out scorer. He does everything for us, gets us rebounds, gets us assists, gets blocks, gets steals. He's a true do-it-all guy and a true, Swiss Army knife for the Celtics squad, because if they have injuries to Porzingis or Brown, Jrue Holiday will step up and be the second scorer for the Celtics. But if not, he does what he does diligently, hits his corner threes, and helps out the Celtics in every other aspect, which as a fan for me, makes me happy and want this guy long-term. The only benefit as well is Jrue Holiday wants to remain on the Boston Celtics and sign a long-term extension with this team. So could we see Jrue Holiday still in this Celtics green after this year for another 2 to 3 possible years? I definitely believe so, and I think that will do wonders for this team. Like I said, let me know your guys' thoughts and comments down below about Jrue Holiday's exceptional three-point shooting from the corners. And let me know what you guys think of how he's played so far with this team. Lastly, we're going to be diving into the main topic at hand, which is an IT4 possible return. Now, I know that you guys might be thinking this is absolutely crazy, but I think that this has more wheels on it and could likely happen more likely than fans think so. And let's dive into it. If we want to look and see, Green Runs Deep mentioned that the Celtics have a 15th roster spot. If you guys don't know who Green Runs Deep is, big Celtics fan, big diehard fan, popular on Twitter and Instagram. He's very, very engaging, and he was saying that the Celtics should sign Taco Fall. Bobby Lin then replied, the 15th spot realistically will not get any single minute in the playoffs, so why not Isaiah Thomas? And that's no disrespect. To him, more of a nod because he deserves a ring for the effort and grind he put in for us. His leadership is certainly gonna help. And IT replied, with my leadership alone would put this team over the hump. I don't even have to play a single minute. Just give me a jersey, LOL. And as a Celtics fan, that is music to my ears. Now, obviously, Isaiah Thomas hasn't had a stint in the NBA in a long time. He is, an older veteran, but having him as just a role piece, the Miami Heat had a guy in Udonis Haslem who sat on the bench for the end of their bench for years and did not play single minutes. So why can't the Celtics do the same thing with another household name in Isaiah Thomas, a guy who brought them back from the dead after the Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett saga and really uplifted this team into the contention they are. Obviously, Jayson Tatum, Kyrie Irving, Jaylen Brown, Gordon Hayward, those are all big names that have been on the Celtics as well. But IT really launched this movement of the new wave Celtics and bringing this hype back around the team after, Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett kind of left with a sour taste in their mouth going to Brooklyn. Obviously, though, IT would be a fantastic locker room fit. Now, obviously, the 15th man, there are plenty of guys that we've mentioned the Celtics could go after. Guys like Otto Porter Jr., plenty of other guys on the buyout market. And even though some of those guys could help, or even bring in Neemias Queta could help, a guy like Isaiah Thomas would be a great veteran locker room piece. And like I mentioned, Udonis Haslem sat on the end of the bench for the Miami Heat for plenty of years. Isaiah Thomas could do the same thing. Get him a jersey, basically make him just like a player coach in the locker room, and just get those boys hyped up. Tatum will be back to see his boy. Brown will be happy to see his boy back. They would love to see Isaiah Thomas back in that locker room and hyping up this crowd. The fans would love it. Let me know what you guys especially would think if you saw IT4 back on the Boston Celtics. I know it's a bit of the long shot. I don't think it is a definite possibility, but I do think that it could happen. Just because if he wants to be a bench guy, the Celtics' 15th bench guy isn't going to get that much playing time. Maybe they bring Neemias Queta for some depth, but Brad Stevens has been being patient, and maybe being patient will nab you that veteran that fans love. Like I mentioned, thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of Celtics Digest. Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And if you're at this point of the video and still aren't subscribed, what are you guys doing? Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of Celtics Digest. I'm Bruce Veliz, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.